let's find out if this works. Can you actually see and hear me? I am coming to you live from, also, we really do need the sound stuff in here. Hopefully the mic can pick me up okay. It's farther away in this setup than it was in my old setup. The letter B says that you can see and hear me. That's great. Well, hello, welcome. I'm coming to you live from the new office. And we do have a rear camera, so you can see kind of this the full spectrum, including all of my live streaming equipment that I am trying to Bridgertonify by adding a bunch of wisteria to it. So, and my fabulous wallpaper, and here's my little crane friend. But we're still really working out how this is all going to work. So yeah, this is the office. We have a lot of organizing work to do, and we have 2 donuts. We have a guava donut. This one is a blood orange donut. So it's got fresh blood orange glazed. It's a regular raised donut. And then it has little candied blood oranges on the top. And then this one is a guava snow ball. So it's got like a little guava fruit leather piece and then coconut and then a guava glaze on it. So it's really, it's got a lot going on. Those are the 2 donuts this week. But we also have okay. So hopefully the mic can pick me up. But I have a lot of cabinets in this. You can't even see all the cabinets that I have. This one, Aaron expertly cut, essentially replaced the outlet with a recessed outlet because the printer fits in precisely. I started moving things in, but there's also some random stuff that's left in here from construction, from various stuff. This is all my washi tapes, so I've moved over the most important thing that needs to move over. And I have all of my stickers, and I thought we could move them into the new box. So bear with me here for a second. The stickers are all organized in this box right now. With their little dividers. However, I got a wooden box, which will fit better with the whole aesthetic of the office. And it's been very hard to find a wooden box that actually is big enough to fit my planner stickers. I got this at a rummage sale. It has a bunch of golf disc things in it. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. And it's quite weathered for the dividers inside, but I thought we could reorganize my stickers into this. Let's see. We got stuff to do. We can figure it out as we go. Sticker recipe box. Well, it's actually bigger than a recipe box because it's normal box, recipe boxes will be 3 by 5. And I needed something that was 9 across for the stickers, and it was very hard to find that. I got this for $6, so that was great because I was having a lot of trouble finding them on eBay because I wanted a wooden one. So I figured we can move those over, have a donut. I'm pretty hungry, so. Aaron says, I have a longer pole coming to get the mic closer. It's echoey today. Yeah, it's pretty far from me now. Aaron did this whole setup yesterday in this room. Also, I have to tell you that wearing this acrylic sweater in this room with all of the lights on me, very hot. Can you get more shelves? I see the pegs. I have more shelves. I just need to figure out what's going in each place. So there's even more shelves over there on that side So yeah, I have to figure out where they're gonna go. Um, so we have not moved in. We do have permanent power. We do not have all of our inspections done yet. But we are close enough, and this is really the window for both of us to be able to do a lot of the moving because we both have a little bit of time off work. Like I'm still working all the weekends, but because the holidays fall on a Thursday, the holiday on Thursday and then the New Year's Day, they both fall on Thursdays. So, and my normal days off are Monday and Tuesday. So next week, I'm going to be able to take 5 days, essentially a 5-day weekend, because I'm going to take the Monday and the Friday, or the Wednesday and the Friday off. And I don't have to cover on air. I am salaried exempt. So even though I offer to work the holidays, usually it's not the other on-air people, because someone has to work. The other on-air people, some of them are salaried non-exempt, which means that they get time and a half when they work on the holidays. I do not get time and a half. So I ended up not needing for coverage because a lot of people want that extra pay more than they want that day off. Is the chair ginormous or is she just very small? Probably somewhere in between the two of those things. It's not a small chair. Like if I sit all the way back in it, I can't fully touch the ground with my feet, but that's pretty normal for me in most chairs. It's definitely like wider, I think. I like how Fuzz Bubbles is like the donuts are the most important thing to update on. Yes, I had a sad day old donut, but I don't think it was the donut's fault. It's just that it had been sitting for a day. And then I had an apple spice fritter. It's great to see you again, David. I saw your adorable travel menorah. I saw a picture of your adorable travel menorah on your website. Pretty cute. But I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. It's been a long couple weeks without you. What will we do without you? From behind, it just looked huge. I think it is really big. It's also like I'm sitting very extremely forward in it, so maybe it looks. I don't know. It does look really big, doesn't it? It is also possibly partially the lens. Non-exempt is confusing. Isn't that just empt? No. Exempt is when you are exempt from overtime. Non-exempt is when you are not exempt from overtime. What would you do without me? Not hear about keyboards. Well, I actually need to get a keyboard for this desk. I need a forest themed keyboard for this office because I feel like I need it for this setup. Like this whole, I want like a good keyboard for it. So, I'm exempt, but I shouldn't be. You travel a lot, so I feel like making you non-exempt would be dangerous. I work Thanksgiving teaching my Bulgarian class. Oh yeah, you probably wouldn't get Thanksgiving. Well, also you don't even work for a US company, but did anybody give you some food or something like that to be like, thank you, American, for working on your strange national holiday? Yeah, I do have one picture that I just haven't put up yet. This is also not my final curtains. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. And then I'm going to put cloud. If you can't, I don't think, you guys can't see the chandelier, but there's a huge chandelier up here. The whole ceiling is painted blue. And so I'm going to do like little cloud lights coming down from the top. Is it too early to eat the donut? Because I'm quite hungry. I did not eat like an appropriate lunch. So I feel like we could eat one donut now. It'll give me fuel going forward. It's easier in my brain to think of eligible for overtime, not eligible for overtime. I mean, that would be a more logical way to do it. There's also hourly non-exempt and hourly exempt. Like you can mix and match all of these and they're all just bizarre. Is that a leaf on the cabinet handle? Yeah. So the cabinets, I went for like a mixy matchy forest theme. So this one is a snail. Little tiny snail. This is branches. This is a flower. This is a leaf. There's another leaf. There's a butterfly. And then I do have little labels on these. I don't know if the light can pick them up. I have little labels on all of these drawers, so I will be labeling them once I figure out what to do with them. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these drawers and then 2 big ones over there. I'm not going to complain about the storage. I'm sure I'm going to find a way to fill it, but I just want to be somewhat... David, I think you're professional. You have to have oversight of people or materials. I've spent a lot of time talking about this recently. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in my career talking about it because I worked in a lot of places that kind of abused exempt, non-exempt employees. But the reason I've talked about it a lot recently is we're trying to shift a bunch of employees from being exempt to being non-exempt, except my position won't change. We're not advocating for that in the union. I think we're doing a donut. Okay, which one should we do? Should we do the blood orange or the guava cheesecake? I feel like the guava cheesecake might melt under these lights, so I think we're gonna do that one first. I haven't really figured out where things like go and live in here yet. Okay, this is the guava cheesecake. Oh, right. We have to do... Okay, so this is guava cheesecake. It has coconut on the outside. It has a cream cheese glazed donut dipped in coconut and topped with cream cheese mousse and guava. There's a lot happening with this donut. I mean, it's a good looking donut. Oh, did you just appear because you heard there was a donut? Aaron came in from a different house for the donut. These tax collectors are serious. I guess I thought there would be cream like in this part of the donut, but there's not really. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a bite with all of it in there because there's this cream, the coconut, and the guava. I have one. I'll grab a napkin and... This is a very messy donut. The guava is like a fruit leather sort of guava situation. It's great. I like the cream cheese frosting that's in it. Or it's mousse. I guess it's cream cheese mousse. That's my favorite part. I could take or leave the coconut. Aaron has an expression on his face that is best described as a dog who knows that they're not supposed to beg for scraps from the table, but they're hoping that if they're really cute, someone will give them scraps. Okay, that's very good. Leave me some of the inside cream cheese, especially if you don't like it, which I think you might not like it. David, it does not sound like you're getting relaxing time. You should get some relaxing time. It is nice to help your mom, though. Hopefully you're getting some actual time off. Oh, thank you for leaving me some of this cream cheese. It's like, there's a lot happening here. I don't know if it needs to be a donut. Like, I like the cream cheese mousse a lot. And then I like all the individual components. I just am not entirely sure they all need to go together at a donut.
I wish the guava was more than just the fruit leather.
There is some guava in the, nope. There is no guava. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the guava texture was more notable than the taste. I'm gonna give it it's a 3.5 out of 5. It's good. It's just not like an amazing donut. I might also be very hungry because I want to eat that donut still too. 3.5 out of 5. What do you say, Aaron?
I can go 3.5 or 4.
You go 4. Okay. We might have to work on the focus on this camera, but. All right, I am giving the guava cheese snowball. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, actually. I'm upgrading it. It's getting a 4 out of 5. It's good. I'd recommend it to anybody who likes all these flavors. The mousse is great. Apparently tomorrow I need to bring the donut log because it sounds like there is more donuts to be had at my parents' tomorrow. I only have 2 more donut log pages, so I don't know if I can have all 3 types of donuts. What is Florida without a pool? I don't know. I feel like that's the entire point of going to Florida. You could file a bully complaint and try to get back to being non-exempt. If I don't live stream donut eating, it didn't happen. I guess that's fair. I don't know if we're going to hop into a live. Last time we tried to do a Christmas Eve live stream for my parents' house, it was full chaos. So I don't know if we can do it again. I have moved into the, I've moved like, I would say 80% of my clothes into the closet now. Oh, I don't think I have an ability to show it off. Let me see if I do. Let's see if Office projects anywhere that I have access to. Nope. Wait. Oh my gosh, I think I can show you guys my... Okay. So, yay! Looks like it works. Okay, so this is my closet. I initially had put all of those long dresses. All of these were down on this lower shelf and it looked prettier. However, this is one of those rods that comes down where you can like pull it down. And it was way, way too heavy with these everyday dresses and my suits on it before. So I changed it up. The only thing left, like all those empty hangers, like one, there should be some extra empty hangers, but the only thing I have left to move over that's hanging is my shirts that hang. Oh yeah, Aaron Okay, so this is where my suits are. You can see this is like the pull down one. So I moved them. This is actually closed storage, which means my suits can stay away from the cats. And these drawers, unfortunately, are like very shallow. They're only 3 inches, which turns out the bottom one is a more reasonable, like 7 inches. Turns out 3 inches is very hard to fit most clothes in. So I'm gonna kind of have to figure that out. I did also go through all the clothes that I've had stored, which isn't a ton because eventually I had to. Oh yeah, this is the view going into the closet. So you can see this is the mirror opposite the closet. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Pretty dreamy. And then that's the drying rack that we have up there because the laundry machine is right here. So, and it's on a pulley system. I hope it works. I have more wig heads coming because it turns out I have too many tiny wigs and hats for just 3 wig heads. So I feel like I have to show up at this building to see all of this in person. I mean, we will do probably another House Files tour, but I mean, we'd be happy to have you here. We are not moved in yet, so it'll be a while, but. Oh, okay. You got your tool. You got your pool thing generally there, right? There you go. There you go. You got your Florida pool. The other thing that I got was that it turned out to be from someone that was like blocks away on Facebook Marketplace, but I was able to get a cedar chest, which is great because I have so much wool. I actually couldn't fit 100% of my wool in it in just one layer, so I had to stack a little more. If I say that I need to buy another merino wool dress or sweater, someone stop me. It's not true. I do not need more. I have so many in there. But now we're trying to figure out how, because like the room is very like, we've got this black wall, we've got a black headboard. We're trying to figure out a way to like tie the cedar red in with the pink cabinets and the black wall. So we're going to like try to find a piece of artwork that will work there. So we need something that goes like above the bed that will kind of tie it together. I was doing a little looking, but then I realized we have all of this artwork that has been in storage for almost 3 years. And I think I have a map of Budapest that should, I think, have the right colors. It has like reds and some oranges, and I think it might work as a framed piece to go over that. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you got to the pool, but I don't know if I'd want to go to the pool after the defiling. I'm on a JetBlue flight tomorrow night. I love flying on the evening of the 21st or the 31st of December. I used to always try to travel on Christmas Day for years. Like I've done cross-country Amtrak trips on Christmas Day. I've done some flights on Christmas Day. Everybody's just such in a good mood in the travel industry on those days. And so I feel like it's always kind of fun. And we had a Christmas Day dance party in the dining car with a bunch of teenagers in North Dakota on Christmas Day when I was on a cross-country train trip. All right, y'all, I gotta figure out how to do this. I'm like afraid to deal with this box for stickers, but we gotta do it. Let's see if I can make this like properly. I'm trying to make this overhead look halfway decent, but I feel like it's actually too close to do this. There we go. It is sort of locked up there. I don't want to get rid of these. They're so cute. These little hand-drawn disc golf things. It looks like they're all for the same place. Oh, this one's a different one. This is a different. I wonder if I can figure out what year it is. Please don't climb trees. No. Okay, and then these are these are quite faded, the index cards. And then, like, I don't need this many dividers. Okay. All right. Let's try to move this big thing of stickers over in here. Does this fit in at all? No, those are too small now. These are the categories that I already have, but not all of them I labeled, so I don't really know what exactly the categories are, so I'm gonna have to come back and make the proper labels for them. This one is labeled as fitness. Fitness health, because I've got like injection sheets and stuff in there. Now that this is bigger, I bet I can do more. Yeah, look how good that fits in for kits and stuff like that. I think that's like everyday activities. This one's like travel. Podcast and video. Is this a terribly unthrilling angle here? We'll work on that. All right. This one is food and drink related. Little house file stickers, so they have to go into the YouTube one. These are all cleaning related. And these are all weekly kits. Computer work and like shipping. We're getting full here. Almost done. Okay, holidays. And these are sort of more food themed ones, so I feel like I should put them. Yeah, these are like donut and coffee themed, so I feel like they should go back with the food ones. I feel like I have enough coffee that maybe they should be at their own category. Okay, these are like header boxes. And These are, I think, mostly too big. I don't think these will fit in. Yeah. And then the days of the week ones, I'm actually going to like put up at the front. So now I just have to like organize these tabs, I think. Okay, should I make my own new index cards instead of these little tiny ones? I feel like I want to use the label maker for it though, instead of... Oh, and these were ones that are just like freebies that are too tiny. All right, well, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's all... I feel like these little ones... Okay, can these actually close? Closes pretty well. I don't know what to do with this giant stack of index, like large index cards. I don't want to get rid of them, but a bunch of them are yellowed. What if I just put them in one of my many, many drawers? If I put them in a drawer, I have to deal with them, right? That's how it's gonna work. All right, long term, I've got to come up with a better plan than this. But for now, the stickers are just going to go up above the washi tape. So I've got my washi tape in here. I've got my sticker box. And I will come up with a long-term plan for that. And then, like... Yeah. Nobody should own this many sticky notes, probably. I should be cut off and no one should ever let me buy sticky notes again. You like how I said organize my office, and in fact it's just like me moving things into random cabinets without a plan in my office? Part of it is that I don't have any like subdividers, and a lot of these are like quite big. I did organize all of my, all these drawers are organized with like little pens in them, but I want more sub-divider drawers because I have this like, right now I feel like, oh, and this is a great example of like, this was like a little thing I found and then it ended up being too small. So I have extras of that, which is what happens when you design a house from the ground up. You end up with a lot of things like that. I need a 12 sticky program. I don't know how I ended up with so many because I don't think I would even identify as like a sticky note person. Like I am a washi tape person, but next week is new planner week. This is the planner I'm using next week, which is the it's the Scout planner, mini Scout from Laurel Denise Company. And obviously all my problems are going to be solved by it. So the week, oh yeah, we're going to have to work on this camera a little bit because it can't like show the whole planner. Yeah, we'll work on this. But the planner has these little like things at the bottom that will flip over and they line up with it. I started putting stuff in it, but I only put it in like pencil and sticky notes because I didn't feel committed yet. But now it starts on Monday, so it's time to commit. As an educator, the amount of stickers, sticky notes, notebooks, pens, pencils I have is criminal. Are you planning on passing some of them on to people when you retire, or are you going to hoard them and use them in your own personal life? The drawer organizing is what 3D printers should be used for. Yes, Aaron found a very cool system for 3D like printing, essentially a grid where you can like use it to match everything up. My plan is I'm going to use foam inserts for all of my like camera equipment and everything. My plan is like all my camera and audio equipment should be able to fit in one drawer. And then I am going to, I have like a bunch of little, I have spent so much money on Amazon. Like I will apologize to someone for my sins. I've given a lot of money to Papa Bezos this week because it's really hard to find specific stuff for organizing without just going to the big box websites. And it ends up being that Amazon has the same stuff for like significantly less money. And it's not like, oh, I'm getting a knockoff from Amazon. It's like I would either be giving money to a different big box store, like the Container Store, which is probably, don't check me on this, but I'm going to bet it's owned by some private equity company at this point. Yes, Gridfinity is what I was going to use. The reason I don't want to use Gridfinity is because I don't regularly use the 3D printer. Aaron just prints things for me. And I feel like what is going to end up happening if I do the Gridfinity is that it will become a project every time I want to make a new spot. And there are multiple steps. And I know myself well enough that if there's multiple steps in a organizing process, I will not do them all. And then it will never finish it. So I ordered so many things when I was in Bulgaria for my upcoming organization projects that the landing to my apartment was nearly not accessible. Yeah, that's I do also feel like we were a little unfortunately mean to ourselves in that like the week that we decided to start doing this is the same week as Christmas, and so shipping isn't running some of those days. A lot of stuff is delayed. And a lot of the prices are probably like marginally jacked up. So I'm looking in the wrong camera. I'm looking in the right camera. It's just that my, here, there we go. Will that make you happier? We'll do a little work on this because right now I have to like really move my laptop to read the chat like directly under this camera, but then it's underneath the overhead camera. We'll figure it out. This is very close to the final setup, but it's still at like 80%, 90% maybe. I was only there for 15 hours and one of them was just unboxing. We have a bunch of stuff that was supposed to have arrived yesterday that has not arrived yet, that I am anxiously awaiting. I want to have a desk cam, but I wonder if I can use an action cam. Like an old GoPro knockoff that I have. This one is actually a webcam. This back camera is a webcam. So it's not like a GoPro or a GoPro knockoff. It's like a slightly nicer webcam, but they have nice wide angle lenses, and I feel like it works pretty well. So I have a box from a Canadian company that shipped at the beginning of the month, and USPS has just been moving it back and forth from Brooklyn to Buffalo over and over. Oh my God. So if stuff gets shipped media mail, although I don't think we have international media mail, but I have found that happens all the time with media mail. So I will send stuff from Portland to another Portland address via media mail, and it goes all the way up to Seattle. And then it comes back down to Portland. And sometimes it just like bounces around. Also, rural Oregon has some of the slowest USPS delivery times in the country. I think we're on like the top 5 list. So, which is like, you would think it would be distance from sorting facilities, but we have like quite a lot of sorting facilities that are within a couple hours drive of most of the rural areas. So kind of wild. The company sent it across the border and then handed it over to USPS. That wild. The Container Store is so expensive. Yes. Also, the Container Store keeps like not having the things I need. Honestly, the cedar chest I was looking for sweater boxes that had like cedar lining in them that could fit in the closet. And I kept finding just really expensive sweater boxes that didn't have any cedar or like wool properties. And I finally was like, I should just get a cedar chest. There are a lot of cedar chests on Facebook Marketplace. Unfortunately, quite a few of them were not exactly what I wanted. The one that I got, I loved the little like hand painted thing, even though it totally doesn't fit with the rest of our decor. So we're gonna have to like figure it out, but we'll make it work. But the one I got was like a little more expensive, and I didn't feel like I could really negotiate with the person because their roommate was the one that was there when we picked it up. And so I wasn't like negotiating with the person who was actually selling it. It wasn't like super overpriced. It was way less than buying a new cedar chest would have been. But there were some cheaper cedar chests online because there's a lot of people that have them that just want to get rid of them. So Facebook Marketplace is a good place to buy things if you can get over how annoying it is. Like, there's a really good Facebook Marketplace musical I highly recommend watching. It's like it's called Where is Bed? Lou Wall's Facebook Marketplace musical. It's 4 minutes long. It's hilarious. And I feel like it accurately describes all of the experiences that one can have with Facebook Marketplace. It has replaced Craigslist in a lot of places as the place to get secondhand items. The only issue with Facebook Marketplace is the combination of you have to use Facebook Messenger to communicate with people, and it is like pretty rampant with scams. The scams don't really occur at like the you have to use the same kind of smartness that you would use with regards to buying anything online. Don't like engage. Like I found the Spice Village, this spice containers that I have been talking about getting the other day. I found them on Facebook Marketplace, and it really, the question is like, is it seem like too good of a deal? It might be the same as buying anything else used or like engaging with any other peer-to-peer marketplace. I feel like the biggest scams kind of go for the more high-ticket items, or because a lot of the like niche brands have buy sell trade groups, a lot of the sales that are scammy on Facebook Marketplace are actually people that are not using the normal Facebook Marketplace kind of thing. They essentially stock the buy sell trade groups, figure out what's desirable, and then they essentially get money and they never ship the item. And, but it is still one of the best places to get used stuff. I also feel like if you're in New York, there's probably like a ton of places to get used stuff, but Facebook Marketplace I feel like is used. There's also like OfferUp, I think is good for that. You should sell services. I would not want to sell services on Facebook Marketplace. I guess theoretically you can do like shipping and custom things. I don't think it's a very well set up for that. Maybe there's people that have that market cornered. I would not buy those spice things from an unknown. Well, I was like, it's probably not. They were out in Hillsborough too, which was enough to make me not that interested, because I wasn't willing to go out. Hillsborough is like a suburb of Portland that's like an hour and a half away. So it's not like an hour and a half on transit, like 50 minutes by car. I really want to go to one of those places that sells Amazon returns cheap. Yeah, there's one of those that's like in the suburbs of Portland that I've thought about going to. My thing is that like if people are returning stuff, I feel like I could just go to the bins if I want that kind of thrill of what people are experiencing. There's a place not terribly far from here that has been doing the like selling returns even way before Amazon for a long time. I feel like you can just go there. It does sound fun. I've always wanted to go to the abandoned luggage store too, where the abandoned luggage ends up. Where is it in? I feel like it's in like North Dakota or some just really random place. I called the post office to ask if they might do something about that. Why is it bouncing back and forth? I mean, good luck getting a hold of USPS, but I've had a lot of treasures. I want less treasures. There's nothing like moving to convince you that you want fewer and fewer treasures. I feel like my internal cheapness is struggling against the need to just be settled, because when I was buying all these organizing things and like dumb things like toilet paper holders, I was like, we don't need to get this. We can find something used. And then I was like, I don't want to spend a bunch of time searching out something when I could just have it and be done with this. And I, for a long time, have just done as demonstrated, I'll just have a shoebox and I'll use it as my organizing mechanisms. And I think that maybe that is not the best solution. Like when I finally ponied up and bought that washi tape container, I was like, wow, it's so nice sometimes when you get an organizing thing designed for the thing you're organizing. I'm the stupid person who bought 5 pounds of randomized keycaps because I thought it would be like a jigsaw puzzle. That sounds very stressful. Please find all the forest ones that you think could make a keyboard for me with your ample free time after you move into your house. That does sound like some good relaxation time for you though. But I hate those like lucky bags and stuff like that. I like to know what I'm getting. But I did just buy a very, very expensive cat tree on the internet. So I just feel like the cats, they're going to be stressed out when they move. They have new windows. They need things to climb. We don't have as much tall furniture in this place. And I feel like they're going to need a spot. So I bought them a very expensive cat tree. And I hope they like it. And if they don't like it, I might cry. So I really hope we don't get tariffs on it, because I think it's almost definitely shipping from China, and the shipping was pretty expensive. So I really hope I'm not going to have to pay tariffs on it too. But man, my cats are going to have a magical tree as a cat tree. I did buy it from an American business in the Pacific Northwest. Great. Way to shop local to me. I appreciate it. Should we eat the second donut, y'all? I don't know. I feel like this live stream setup is not as ideal for organizing my desk as I thought it would be, because some of the like stuff is like some of my wires and stuff are like blocking all my tiny little drawers. I'm starting to work on my, I have like a drawer for all of my fountain pen things. It's so nice to have these tiny drawers because I have so many tiny things. I do think that some of them are going to end up, it's so much more fun to put all the stationery up, but I think I am probably going to need at least like a couple that are for like tiny hard drives and batteries and stuff. Oh yeah, I have one drawer that's right now like all my stamping stuff, which like I don't do a ton of stamping, but maybe if they're all in a tiny drawer right here, I would do more stamping. I think it's time for Minnie says, I remember spending almost $2,000 on a custom cat tree in a state of hypomania that I donated to a charity. Oh my gosh. That's very expensive. But was it the best cat tree ever? I'm glad that it eventually got donated. Winter Dragon says, we decided once we get to our place in Belgium, we are putting in cat shelves. So we are hoping through my parents, we know someone who designed a version of a bridge that they turned into a catio for their cats. And it's like a model of the Portland Bridge, but cat-sized. And we really want to get a hold of those plans and make it ourselves. So like eventually we're going to build the whole transit system for the cats. But we probably need to focus on the house, just general livability. Like we don't really have anywhere to sit right now. So we're going to like focus on that first. And we have a bed now, so it's real. It's like we're actually moving in now. I think we're going to eat the second donut. Okay, this is the second donut. It is a blood orange donut. So it has a blood orange glaze and then candied blood oranges on the top. And it's just a regular raised vegan donut. Floor to ceiling with a cat swing, that's a cat tree. Don't tell my cats that. They're going to get jealous. I can show you guys the cat tree I got. I hope it shows up and I didn't get scammed. I bought it off Amazon with the hope that it would actually manifest. Is the tax entity that IRS is always spying on you, y'all. I know, I'm really overheating. We need ceiling clouds for sure, for sound. Okay. Am I still broadcasting? I am. This is the magical cat tree that I got. It's so tall. It's like almost as tall as the ceiling. And it has tiny little like mushrooms and stumps. And then it has a thing to climb all the way up to the top. A scratching pad. I'm pretty sure that our tree cats will love it. And we're going to have it like right by the window, I think, so that they can go stare at the birdies. But it was very expensive. So it better be good. The candied blood oranges are delicious. Flavor-wise, this is so blood orange. Like, it's not a little bit. Ooh. The bottom is like a little, like, crusty, toasty. It has a bit of a snap to it. It's not soft, which I thought it would be with the blood orange glaze on it. You hear that? It has a little caramelization on the bottom. You would like to try this? Winter Dragon, if this person is not like selling these, they just made them for themselves, but we're gonna hopefully be able to get it. So I'll let you know if they might be up for the Tacoma Narrows as a. What's your rating for the blood orange? Do you get some of the caramelized bottom in there?
It's good. I'm not that excited about it though.
I think it's really good. I think it's really good. It's just a very good blood orange flavored donut. Yeah. It's the, like, I can't imagine a better blood orange donut. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. And that's because it is quite good. Oh man, Aaron, it did the thing again where it won't display the numbers. I don't really understand why this keeps happening, but I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5, and we'll put it on this. It's quite good. I imagine that there might be something better, but I don't know what it would be. You have to like blood orange because the flavor is very strong, but the fact that it was caramelized on the bottom, I really thought it was going to be a super soft donut underneath, but they got it just like a little bit crispy at the bottom, and it was the perfect complement to it. And the candied little blood orange, I would like more candied blood orange pieces, but that's just because I'm a sucker and I love blood oranges. So I love little candy crunchy things. I'm allergic to cat hair, and it was horrible to vacuum, but well worth the investment for cats. It had 2 caves they would hide in. Oh no, I am worried about the vacuuming. I'll show you the one that was more expensive that I decided not to get, so you all can see this. It's amazing looking, but I decided that $1,400 was not an amount that I was willing to spend. This was the $1,400 one. It is for people that care a lot about aesthetics. Look at this guy. It looks like a piece of modern art. I do feel like it's not as fun for the cats, though. Like, it has less of the fun cat features because it has such a strong aesthetic. It would have worked really well in our house, too, because we have slats like this around our staircase, so it would have like echoed it for the cats. But it's this expensive plus. So if you got the large size, it's like this size plus the shipping is like $1,400 or $400. So just was not an amount I was willing to spend, but it is very cool looking. So if you're ever looking to spend a lot of money on your cats. Oh, Minnie's going to send pictures of the fancy cat tree. I'm excited to see it if you can find them. We have to also get a couch, and I wanted to get it used because the quality for the new couches is so bad unless you're willing to like spend a ton of money. And I also like environmentally just wanted to get it used. We do have a bike trailer. We can pick up a couch. We could also like pay. There's a couple people in Portland that like do some kind of like delivery service essentially where they will act as your like the taxi for your furniture. I know this is really common in like big cities like New York where a lot of people don't have cars, and it was really common in Berlin, but it's like only a relatively new thing in Portland where if you like buy something off Facebook Marketplace and you need someone to haul it without like getting a U-Haul just for that, they'll like come and show up with a truck and you pay them. Here's the problem. We have not been able to find the right couch really bought new or used to fit into the specific room that we wanted. We started to look for a boneless couch. I don't know if you've seen these. They've started to go like, they went viral on TikTok like maybe 2 years ago, I think. But they're the kinds of couches where they come like all wrapped up in a box, and then you pull them out and then they expand to their full size, and they have no interior frame. So they don't have any like wood or anything like that. They don't have any feet. Here's the thing. Those are do look very cozy. I think they could work well for the room that we need them in, which is sort of like a lounge, and it's my workout room, and it's our like karaoke room, but we need them to be a sleeper sofa because it's our guest room as well. And I would prefer the guest room have a bed that's not like fully awful to sleep on. Like nobody expects a sleeper sofa to have like an amazing bed, but ideally it would be some kind of useful bed. The things that I've seen about the boneless sofa is that the foam, because they don't have any feet, they are they risk getting wet, and then the foam gets wet, and then the whole couch is trash. So if you get that, because the basis of it is foam, it's like you're putting way higher risk for like mildew on the actual structure of it. And very few of them, except like the really expensive ones, have washable covers as well. So you just end up in this situation where you essentially have a beanbag that if anything goes wrong, you've lost a whole portion of your couch and it just ends up in the landfill. So I'm sort of like, is it worth doing? Oh my gosh. We have a $2,000 cat tree pictures coming. Thank you, Minnie. I love this. Let me share them to my phone. I didn't look at them when they came in the email so that you all can see my valued live reaction. Oh my gosh, it looks very similar to the one that I got. But the swing is so cool. All right. Look at this. This was Minnie's cat tree. It's so great. Oh, look how happy the baby is in the swing. That's amazing. I think your cats deserve the best. Although this really is a testament to coming up with plans to when you are hypomanic, avoiding having access to a credit card, because wow. But it is beautiful. Depending on the foam, the cats might snack on them. Mine did with my flip-flops. Well, I think they'd have to get into the couch, but I think that's a real concern. When they were here, they got everything. I love the swing. Aaron, do you think Machka would like a swing? I thought Aaron was here, but maybe Aaron is not here. That was spent with cash. I could not handle cash. That's still kind of amazing that you bought that with cash. That you bought such a crazy cat tree with cash. I want to install a swing for the cat now. She doesn't like the cat wheel that moves, but if it was a swing, I bet she would like it. It doesn't matter. I've already ordered the expensive cat tree, so we're sticking with it. I hope I don't hate my life when I'm vacuuming it. Thank you for sharing that cat tree with us, Minnie. Y'all, I don't have my meeting after this, but I don't want to do more unpacking, so I don't know how to amuse you all, really. My YouTube channel turns 19 on Thursday, on Christmas Day, because it looks like we are truly moving in. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like we have like a house now. We are probably going to spend Christmas Day, because we're both off work, unless there might be some weather stuff and I might have to work for a little bit doing some reporting. But generally I am off work on Christmas, and Erin is also off work, and we are going to try to unpack our kitchen in a live stream. So it'll probably be on this channel because my channel is turning 19 years old. And so what a birthday party is like a 6-hour live stream of us unpacking the kitchen. We haven't like packed the kitchen or unpacked the kitchen because we live so close. We're just gonna put stuff in IKEA bags and banker's boxes and bring it over and hope it's fine. It isn't the most solid plan of my life. Plug for IndieWeb Create Day on December 25th if you want to work on your website. Oh, that's cute. I will not be doing that, even though I do want to work on my website. I'm desperate to work on my website, actually. I am extremely behind on doing website stuff, and I've been getting a ton of comment spam, so I need to like deal with all the comment spam, which sounds like a miserable idea. So give the gift of Create Day. I love that. That's very cute. Rubbermaid bins are good for moving. I agree. I have been informed I'm not allowed to buy new bins just for the purposes of moving. I would like to. Also, another downside is that we do have a dumbwaiter in this house, but it is not installed yet. So if you can see that door right there, that's the dumbwaiter, and it would be very nice if that was working when we moved our dishes, but we don't want to wait, so we're just going to do it. So we'll probably live stream. I will send out a notification about it on the Patreon. But also if you're subscribed on YouTube, you'll probably get a notification. Maybe, I don't know. It might not be the most quality live stream, but it should be cozy. We'll mic ourselves up. I think Erin will probably have more fun with the live stream side of it than with the unpacking the kitchen side of it. So the dumbwaiter is still dumb. Yeah, it's so dumb that it doesn't even, it doesn't have an inside. So it's vapid. It's vapid and soulless. Has no heart, whatever we might say about it. Yeah, we're really gonna have to figure out like a way to make it easier for me to look at this camera. It's getting closer. Also, I need to get a piece of art to go back there. And I do have a lot of art, but none of it quite fits this office. I started looking I wanted to get like a painting of Ophelia or Sappho and like something kind of classical in the back there. I have been struggling to find any art. It's very hard to tell if art is AI or not. And a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at that I like on Etsy is like absolutely AI, and it's very frustrating. This is one of the ones that I like. Pretty sure this is AI. Oh, what is happening? I thought I was projecting. Hold on. Now it's just the Apple TV showing off. We're gonna get what's it called? We're gonna get some sort of copyright strike from Apple. Okay, let me show you some of this stuff. I got you 2 to 3 pieces of mushrooms and moss. I'm trying to find the tiny moss. Although I think that on this, because those are mostly small, and I have this like art that I made with a butterfly in it. I I want a larger piece of art there. I want a nice large piece of art there. And then there's like a small wall on this side. I think, oh, you can't really see it, but there's a small wall over there. And I think I'm going to put all the little like butterfly sort of like smaller pieces of art will go there. That's sort of my plan. I'll show you some of the stuff that I was looking at. I've been trying to look at like auction websites for actual antique paintings too. I'm not like in a terrible rush. So this was one of the ones that I liked, that you can kind of see the vibe of what I was going for. There was one I really liked, but she has her boob out. And I realized that I should probably not have that in the back of all my video calls or my live streams because I might get them flagged. But it is so hard to figure out what is AI and what is not AI at this point. Yeah, so this one is definitely AI and it's great, but way too explicit to have in the back of my video calls. I gotta take it off the screen before I get in trouble on YouTube for it. And then this, I have like a fairy art that I had as a kid, so I think it's not AI. I had it as like a teen, so I was kind of wondering if I could get a larger print of that one. Wait till you pack everything. As far as like picking art, yeah, I'm not in a big rush. I inherited a 2K cat tree that was custom built for Maine Coons. It's not very pretty, but it's heavy AF. Oh, nice. I feel like that's important if you have Maine Coons. You need the support. Luckily, our heaviest kitty is back down to 9 pounds. She was 11, but she was told that maybe she had gotten a little chubbier than she was supposed to get, so she's down to 9 miles. Having just moved 1.2 miles, I have moved a lot of my belongings using my reusable grocery bag collection to bring a carload, unload, then use the bags again for the next trip. Yeah, that's the thing is like, I kind of just feel like we're moving 10 feet. So the packing things in boxes is like not even worth it. There are boxes though. I do have boxes. So because a bunch of our stuff was in storage for 3 years, I do have some of the boxes. Zero regrets about I was determined to have the most organized move ever because half of our stuff was going into storage. And so I did labels. Erin found this app called Boxes where everything is a QR code. You can upload a picture and you can upload a list of what's inside of it. And it is so helpful because it's been 2.5 years and I was able to like identify and find all of the stuff that goes in my office. The only frustrating thing is the reason this is the curtain back here is not, this curtain is just a piece of fabric because I have a curtain that I was planning on using there. But, and I found it, it's itemized and I cannot find the number 507, which is a blue bag. I cannot find it for the life of me. I'm sure it will appear because we're now at the point where it's like not that much stuff because we also moved out of like a 700 square foot apartment. And we got rid of a fair amount of stuff when we moved. So it's not that bad. My clothes is the big thing. I keep having fear that I am going to, but also over the past 2.5 years, a lot of clothing I've had to go back and pull out that was in storage because it's been so much longer and I've like needed specific clothing for a long time. But I keep being worried that I am going to find something that is like some box of clothes after I've already unpacked the whole closet, because almost the whole closet is unpacked, that I just completely forgot about. And I'm gonna have to go through like a whole nother thing of clothes and have like a slow meltdown. But I don't think it's actually true. I'm actually looking through that. You all can see this. I don't think this is. No, there's probably nothing that is. Man, it keeps undoing the Apple TV. But you all can see this if you want to see this. So I have everything cataloged, and it's very helpful when you're looking for specific stuff. But I've pulled a lot of stuff out. So I'm hoping that there's no secret extra box anywhere of all the stuff that I do not know. Yeah, old planners, that's the heaviest box. I just pulled all the old planners out. And then this is like all my framed art. I don't know. The costumes and wigs is the biggest problem. And that's a Tupperware bin where if I would... this is like a lot more cleaned out than it is there, but... Yeah, and I think I've pulled everything out of this event box now. So a lot of this stuff has been unpacked now. Hope this all works. I am leaving town on January 6th, and my goal is that we are like fully moved in by January 6th, and I don't have to like stress and worry about it. I have my railroad photos, my subway photos, my airline photos. Does the 10 feet include the stairs? It doesn't include the stairs if you measure linearly. So it's a staircase down, and then I guess it's probably 10 feet on the sidewalk there. So I moved 2 floors up, so that's about 20 feet, and I hauled stuff up the stairs. Yeah. It didn't work out for me, but I have high hopes. Thanks. I mean, I think the big fear is that we don't want to move the cats in too soon and then have trouble with the getting final approvals and everything, because we are like waiting on the occupancy permits and we need final inspections. And if the cats are moved in, that might end up causing problems with inspections. Like we were like, oh, let's move this couch into this room. But the problem is that couch will block all the outlets, and they need the outlets to inspect for the electrical inspection. So I used a similar app. It's great. Yeah, it's really worked out really well. It's exceptional if you are in the situation that we were in, which is that half your stuff is in storage for 2.5 years, because it was very easy to remember, like, ugh. I actually am planning on I'm going to host a clothing swap sometime when I get back from this most recent trip, or at the very least have a couple of my friends that are similar size to me over, maybe individually, and just let them shop my closet, because I actually found setting everything up in the closet made me be like, yeah, some of this I'm like done with. Like, I like this dress, but like I've worn it plenty and I'm ready to let it go. And I haven't seen a clothing swap on the calendar. Like usually I go to like between 2 and 4 clothing swaps a year, but I haven't seen one listed yet. So I was thinking I could host, because we now have the space to host, and we have a lot of mirrors, which is always one of the problems at a clothing swap, is that there'll be like one tiny mirror and you'll have like 25 people trying to share it. I went to a clothing swap a couple months ago at my yoga studio, and that is like the perfect place to host a clothing swap. They have a big empty room and mirrors. And it was great. And I don't want to like bully them into continually hosting clothing swaps, but I was like, this is the perfect location for a clothing swap. Oh yeah, we were living with my in-laws and had all of our stuff in storage, so fairly similar. I put all my stuff in storage when I lived in Germany. And like a pretty good chunk of it when I lived in India, although I mainly subletted my place when I was in India. But I moved all my stuff into a friend's attic. I actually moved on Christmas Day. So I had a Christmas Day bike move, and then I like flew out later that night. And it was all in a friend's attic, so I was like really committed to making sure it was like it was taking up the smallest amount of room possible. But I do think it would be nice to, it would have been nice if I had it all cataloged, but I ended up moving into my own apartment after that, and I had been living like in a group house. And so it wasn't a huge deal because I had like more than enough space to unpack. I wonder if you could rent mirrors for the clothing swaps for locations that don't have any. I mean, people usually will try to bring some, like I've been to a couple clothing swaps that have been like in parks, and people have like brought a mirror. I just like moving mirrors is just so like dangerous or whatever. But now we have like a room with two full ballet bar mirrors. And then we have lots of other mirrors. So I feel like it could be very helpful. I also have been to a clothing swap where they pretty much have no mirrors, and you just have to rely on what the other people say about it. But I still feel like there's like one set of clothes, this like vintage linen suit set that I swear should have been in because I've unpacked what I think are all the bags of my storage clothing. And I've been looking for this linen vintage suit set that I got. I inherited it at a clothing swap, but from someone's grandmother who had passed. And they were like, you're her size, and she kept her clothing in immaculate condition. Do you want it? And I've been looking for it, and I know that it's somewhere. It's in my database of clothing, but that database did not tell me what box I put it in storage. I cannot find it. That sounds like an Emperor's New Clothes situation. I mean, the thing is because everything is free, there's really nobody has any reason to lie to you about whether or not something looks good. So yeah. But I will be doing, I'm also hoping to do a video with like all of my, the catalog of all of my clothes. I don't know when I'm going to have time to film that, but in the future, when I moved, I will have all the time in the world, obviously, and I will be wildly successful at making edited YouTube videos, a thing that I've done one of this year. So, all right, y'all, it's been lovely to hang out with you. Thanks for spending some time with me while I essentially just stuffed a bunch of stickers into an index box. We'll work on it. We'll figure it out. I will likely be live. If I'm not on this channel, I will be on the House Files channel. Either way, I will let people know on Patreon on the day of. I'll probably just give like a half an hour heads up, if even a half an hour heads up, whenever we kind of figure it out and have things set up. But yeah, if you're looking for people to hang out with, especially if you're like lonely and you're spending the day off or the holiday, if you celebrate it alone, and you want some time, come by, chat, hang out, tell us how to organize our kitchen. We're still trying to figure out some utensils in drawers. And there's a homebrew website club in 7 minutes on a special night. Oh, that's great. I would love to go to a homebrew website club. Maybe next year is the year of actually getting it together to do more work on my website. I love that idea. Especially since I quit most of my social media this year. So maybe now is time to recommit to my own website. All right, y'all. It's been lovely to have you. People tell me what you're looking forward to this week. It sounds like David is looking forward to Homebrew Website Club and maybe doing some unpacking, organizing. And what else are people looking forward to this week? I am looking forward to hopefully being moved in. I don't think we'll be moved in by this stream next week. but Aaron's birthday is on Sunday. And for Aaron, I would really like it if we were like most of the way there. I think it would be a very good birthday present for Aaron if we were like moved in, maybe even moved in enough to get the cats moved in. I don't know if that's really true. I think Aaron's going to have to acquiesce on the couch that he thinks we already have a couch that could fit in this room. But Aaron is not convinced it's the right couch. And I think it's the one that we already have. So we should just use it. Oh, yes. And the letter B said, looking forward to the last episode of Heated Rivalry. I cannot describe how excited I am for the last episode of Heated Rivalry. I've seen some places, some sports bars are doing watch parties. And I was wondering if I should go to the Sports Bra, which is a women's sports bar, because it's on Christmas this year. And I felt like watching a gay hockey show, but I feel like maybe that gay hockey show might not go over as well at the women's sports bar. There's also a hockey sports bar that isn't terribly far from us. I don't know if they're going to be open on Christmas. But if they are, I feel like I could maybe convince them to put on Heated Rivalry because it sounds kind of fun to go out to a bar on Christmas to watch the gay hockey show. I cannot believe how crazy it is. The last episode of Heated Rivalry from last week, which was episode 5, the penultimate one, is the highest rated episode of television on IMDb of all year and of any show. And it's the second highest rated episode of television of all time on IMDb. Like, that's craziness. I am very proud of the little gay hockey show. And I'm so happy I decided a week before it came out that I was going to get into it and read 3 books in a week so that I feel like I get to be part of the community as it's kind of gone off. And so, yeah, that is the thing I'm most excited for. I heard it's going over well in the lesbian crowd because of how loving the dynamics are. I mean, I did get to talk to a gay hockey player last week about it, a lesbian hockey player, and she was saying that people are just into it, but it also really highlights the difference because the Professional Women's Hockey League already has this. They already have captains from opposite teams that are married to each other because it's just more accepting in women's sports. And so a lot of them feel like in solidarity with the gay male closeted hockey players because there's no out drafted NHL players. They kind of feel like, yeah, that's why the show is important. I like Rose more than I expected also. She was that way in the book too. I think it's really easy to make women be the villain, especially in like a male-male romance where it's sort of a transitional girlfriend. And in the book, she came across really great. And that's also true in the second book. And I'm glad that they did a great job. All the women are really likable in the show. And I think that is a flaw a lot of the time in gay male romances of kind of making the women unlikable or kind of glossing over them. Obviously, this show is not... I don't think it passes the Bechdel test because it's about a male hockey teams and a relationship between 2 male hockey players. There's just not a lot of women in that world. I don't think it would pass the Bechdel test. But Jacob Tierney, the creator, he really appreciates the source material and the mostly female audience that has made the books really successful already. And he's put just a lot of work into thinking about it and how he like represents the characters. So it's also true in books. Like it's very, very true in a lot of the books. Okay. It also didn't have as nearly as many reviews compared to the number 1 rated one. I don't care. I am going to brag about Heated Rivalry. Also, the 2 like co-stars for the show are like just did a GQ shoot. They're on like the cover of Hollywood Reporter. Like they are going through a crazy thing in their lives and they are blowing up. And I am just very, very proud. I do agree with that. Not every show needs to pass the Bechdel test. I see the problem is when very few shows, movies, etc. do. Also, the book, it's very faithful to the book, and the book is written by a woman. And I think that alone is notable, unfortunately. Looking forward to a couple of family gatherings, Kwanzaa dinner Friday and Cousins dinner Sunday. That's awesome. All right. I'm glad a bunch of people are spending time with family. I hope you have fun organizing your cupboards, watching the gay hockey show, spending Kwanzaa with family, changing brakes on a truck. I don't know if I would be looking forward to that, but I'm hoping that works. I hope David and me, we all get to sleep in our new places this week and get them unpacked. I'm excited for that. I hope you all have a lovely week until next week, or until Christmas Day if you tune in for the 19th birthday / kitchen unpacking live stream. Until next week, stay hydrated, pet a cat if you have one available, and I will see you all soon. Bye.